Ah, my dear children, come closer, come closer. The night is cool, the moon is smiling, and tonight I have another wonderful story from the Word of God. My dear children, have you ever been so afraid that you didn't know what to do? Well, tonight I will tell you about a young man named David. Yes, the same David who defeated the giant Goliath. But listen carefully. Even heroes sometimes become afraid. After David defeated Goliath, all Israel rejoiced. Women danced through the streets. They sang joyful songs. Saul has slain his thousands, and David his tens of thousands. But not everyone was happy. King Saul heard the song. Instead of thanking God, jealousy entered his heart. Children, jealousy is a dangerous thing. It can make good people do bad things. Saul became so angry that he wanted David dead. Can you imagine? David had fought for Israel. David had served the king faithfully. David even played beautiful music to comfort Saul. Yet, Saul wanted to kill him. Yes, several times Saul threw his spear at David. But every time, God protected him. David finally realized, I cannot stay here anymore. So he fled. Day after day, David wandered through lonely hills. He climbed rocky mountains. He slept inside dark caves. Sometimes there was little food to eat. Sometimes only the stars kept him company. Yet, David never stopped trusting God. Children, even when life becomes difficult, never stop trusting God. One day, David made a decision that surprised everyone. He crossed into the land of the Philistines. Yes, the Philistines, the very people David had fought. He entered the city of Gath. Do you remember who came from Gath? That giant David defeated. Now imagine this. The man who killed Goliath walking into Goliath's own hometown. David hoped no one would recognize him. But some soldiers looked closely. Then one whispered, Isn't that David, the one who killed Goliath? Another soldier said, It is him. Soon everyone was staring. David's heart began to race. He knew he was trapped. If King Achish believed David had come to attack, that would be the end. Children, David prayed inside his heart. Then God gave him an unusual idea, a very unusual idea. David began acting like a madman. He scratched strange marks on the city gates. He mumbled words nobody could understand. He staggered from side to side. He rolled his eyes. He behaved so strangely that people stepped back. Then, saliva ran down into his bed. The soldiers quickly ran to King Achish. Come and see this man. King Achish came outside. He watched David. David continued acting like a madman. The king frowned. Then he said, Do I need another madman? Why have you brought this fellow to me? Take him away. Send him away. David walked safely away. God had protected him once again. Not with a sword, not with an army, not with a miracle of fire, but through wisdom. Sometimes, God's answers come in ways we never expect. David later arrived at the cave of Adullam. Soon, his brothers came. Then, More people came. Men who were poor, men who were discouraged, men who needed hope. David welcomed them all. Little by little, God was preparing David to become a great leader. Years later, the frightened young man hiding in caves would become one of Israel's greatest kings. My child, when fear comes, pray. When danger comes, trust God. When you don't know what to do, remember that God already knows what to do. He sees tomorrow, even when we cannot. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, Beautiful Folktales, where we tell African stories filled with wisdom and meaning. New stories come every Sunday by 8 p.m. Until I bring another story, stay wise and stay kind. Odabo.